stranger?
Stressed. Been looking for work.
What you looking for?
2 ounces of hard white.
Bitch.
People are always asking me, Kiki, the books that you write, is that about you? Is that about your life? I used to rob drug dealers. I used to traffic drugs. I was a savage. I used to get it, and I didn't care who I got it from.
I've been looking for you for 2 weeks. Where is my money?
And now I can sit here and show you guys a glimpse of my life before I turned it around.
I'm gonna ask you one more time, Kiki. Think harder, right? Where's my goddamn money at?
Mrs. Santana, you look stunning. What are you wearing? And tell us about this new venture in the fashion industry.
I'm wearing a piece from my own line. It's called Kais, designed by my brilliant partner and friend, Karen Blackwell.
Wow. Look at Adriana Santana. She's hot. I don't see Louis anywhere, though. I noticed Sheldon Chisholm and his family are here. Not to mention the other half-dozen criminals in here.
Oh, no, you don't. We're here to have fun.
But why are you here alone? Where's your recently acquitted husband, Louis?
Louis is back home resting. He has his share of bright lights and cameras. We just want to leave that whole thing behind us.
No work today. We've been here for 5 minutes and you're already profiling people? Come on now.
And what else are you looking to see tonight?
All of my friends and to show off her brilliant work. Everything that you're about to see.
We can't wait for it.
The only reason I invited you is because you're my best friend and we never get to spend time together. Plus, you're killing it in that dress. Here comes Jess. I wanted to introduce you to.
When are you done?
Roger that.
Then why do you have it?
She told me to keep it!
I'll be out in a minute. Stop with the lies!
He's a very flashy Haitian with a penchant for violence. There's no one to play with, Haitian.
Where's my goddamn money at?
Sakura is dead.
Play with me again. I'm tired of hearing you talk all the time. Save it. Save it.
She's my friend. She's my friend.
But I will not give up. I will not give in. And I will not get caught. Time to go hunting.
And the winner is Wes Clark. Congratulations.
Yes, she's my mother.
Rock stars. There is nothing like those wild, rebellious party animals. Entry number 60. When I decided to pursue acting, I never thought it was this difficult after weeks of being homeless, jobless, sleeping on my friends' couches. I'm finally here!
Just take care.
What are you doing?
Yourself. What's going on?
Tribe, they're
Terry.
coming!
Where have you been? I've been calling you on your cell phone all day.
At work.
Faith wake up, dope sick, fiending for a sniff. Left the house, ain't tell her husband she was gone, she just dipped.
Why is it that you are taking large sums of money out of our account every single day?
While her family's at home, she's out there chasing that high. Roaming up and down the block, she run into this pimp guy. He's conversating with her, asked her if she trying to make cash. Next thing you know, she's in front of the pink house selling the ass. Then she gets dope sick again. She need that boy, so she out there searching again. She's tired of her life, for years she done wrong. Now she wanna do right, she go to rehab to get the help she need. And she tell her family.
I'm Yoshi Lomax, superstar attorney at law and fugitive.
So, you're the famous Yoshi Lomax. Probably more infamous.
I'm on the run from the federal government for crimes that I didn't commit.
Gentlemen, I'm Deputy U.S. Marshal Sharon Starr. I'll be taking things from here.
Not to mention being on the hit list of at least 3 of Miami's major crime bosses.
I wanted to apologize in person for leaving so abruptly last night.
Welcome back.
That's Vladimir Kuznetsov, a Russian crime boss. He's been a suspect in over a dozen missing person cases.
I mean, I didn't get here to be this successful for doing things the American way.
I need a list of the jury for my case with Hanju.
Oh, really? What's that worth to you? Oh my God, you're such a...
Mr. Santana is to be released upon processing.
So what do you know about Sheldon Chisholm?
What do you want to know about him?
I really need to know if you're going to take my case. I don't have time to play, Miss Lomax.
Money is not a problem.
You know anything about his case?
It's being handled by agents in my field office.
I've learned that in this game of life, in order to win,
Ready to dance?
you gotta play dirty. You might look at me and see a beautiful, confident, successful woman.
Congratulations, counselor. Yet another win.
But underneath, I'm flawed. I'm broken. And I'm scared. So I have no choice but to run until I can find a way to clear my name.
Miss Lomax is now considered a fugitive of the United States. Catching fugitives is my business, which makes her my suspect. You and your associates are relieved.
Look. She killed one of our own.
But I will not give up.
All right, people, listen up. Get a picture of Miss Lomax out there so the public knows what she looks like.
I will not give in.
Okay. People, we got a game plan. Let's break and execute.
And I will not get caught.
Time to go hunt.
So we have the extended version of the dream sequence right here. Sheldon comes to visit Yoshi in her hotel room after their meeting. Yoshi looks a little nervous at first, but then you see things get a little steamy after he throws her against the wall. And right here, Yoshi thinks she has everything under control because that's how she manipulates men through her sexuality. So In her mind, she has him right where she wants him. You see, that's Yoshi though. She's hot, she's sexy, she's manipulative. She uses sex to get the upper hand on men. Get the win no matter what the cost. And as you can see, this is not exactly the result she was looking for. We shot this scene in Atlanta. Chuck Gomez was the director of photography. Great scene, good acting by Zasha and Wilner.
For pop R&B artist Jamela.
I picked Kelly. Yeah!
Handle this in the morning, please?
No, I think I want to handle this right now. You can give your time to the studio boy, but I think your man can get a few minutes. Alright? Hey, don't walk away from me!
You're hurting me. Stop, please.
Get in the car.
I've been down this roller coaster, around in circles. We go trips around the moon. So confused, so scared, so alive, so unfair. It's so unfair,
Standing next to me is one of the sponsors of tonight's fabulous event, music mogul Lance Wallace. How are you, Lance?
Good evening, Michelle. I'm well, thank you.
Excellent. Now, are you concerned with the recent backlash for the drug charges against your group, Grind Time? And what's the status of the case?
Worth $1 billion Inc. and its artists will always maintain its innocence. This is clearly a misunderstanding. And we're here to promote positivity and give opportunity to our people and to all people. That's it.
And so what do you think about Mr. Wallace is here to promote his fashion line? He will only be answering questions about that subject.
Thanks.
So actually we got everything up until the part where you started doing that, so we'll probably start there, but we're going to move in closer and get a closer shot of that. That's we'll be done with that. And then I think he wants to do some Steadicam stuff, so.
Chastity, Maria, Sydney, Mackenzie, and Lucy. Well, hello, ladies. I'm Bella. I have a question for everyone. Why do you think rich men cheat? Control, attention, power. Here, you will learn how to gain ownership of all. Are you ready to take that step?
Up, y'all, this is Rayon Lawrence, and you're watching.
Hey everyone, it's your girl Catherine Nunez, and you're watching Real Talk with the Director and the Council on the IE Network.
Real Talk.
Hey, I'm Gina Lou, and you're listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
Hey, what's up? It's Logan Browning, and you're listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
Real Talk.
Hi, this is Alana De La Garza, and you're listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
Hi, I'm Diane Franklin from Better Off Dead and Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures. You're listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
Hi, this is Monique Capri, and you are watching Real Talk with the Director on Blog Talk Radio.
Hey, I'm Stormy Maya, and you are listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
It's Vicky Judy, Orange is the New Black, and I'm here with Real Talk.
Yo, what up? This is Jay Ellis, and you're watching Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio. Keep it locked.
Hi, I'm Rita Parks. You are listening to Real Talk Radio.
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Nothing more, nothing less. What's going on? Welcome back to another edition of Real Talk with the Director and the Jedi Council. I'm the Director. We'll be with you for the next 120 minutes or so. Real Talk is brought to you each and every Monday by B2S Media. And we broadcast live via the World Wide Web on youtube.com/IE Network TV and Facebook, aka Meta, the social network. And sometimes on Instagram. I don't know what they doing over there. Instagram has been just bugging. But sometimes on Instagram too, people, we welcome them over. We'll be doing Instagram somewhere around 8:30 or so. We'll welcome our audience in from Instagram. And they'll keep us, hopefully they'll stay with us long enough. So what's up, Matt? We're back. Yo, shout out to a lot of people out there that's been supporting the show. We appreciate you on that. Most definitely. The show has been, we've been going for a long time, man. This show has been going on for quite a long time. So we appreciate you guys sticking around with us. We're in the middle of our tournament, the Battle of the Movie Songs, round 2. All right, so we'll be mostly covering that today, plus couple other things. I went out to the movies, and I did see Maxine. I enjoyed it. Thought it was done well. It's right on the line of the other 2 films in this trilogy. Very independent, feels very independent. And that's what I love about it. Even though each movie got bigger in budget and popularity, it always kept that independent feel to it, and that's what I love about it. So big up them. Yeah, man, it's definitely I enjoyed it. I rewatched Bad Boys because the first time I watched it, it was I kind of walked in on it because I was watching another movie. I walked in and got in late, so I just rewatched it and enjoyed that as well. Of course, over the weekend, I also watched the Axel Foley movie, the Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F. Also enjoy. So this weekend, not bad weekend of movies. I mean, Axel F. I mean, it's a couple of things that we could talk about that. You take it or you leave it. We got me and Kev offline got into a whole long. This is what started our discussion about famous movie tropes. We need to do a whole episode on famous movie tropes that are either overused, maybe underused, but if it's a trope, it's probably not underused, right? Some of them that you can live with, and some of them you just want to retire, right? But I said that saying with what was the movie with Axel F, I personally am a little bit tired of seeing the same old the estranged child trope. That's a big trope with action films, especially if the protagonist is a law enforcement or something, or military or something like that. They always have the estranged child trope, right? We see it all the time. It's not just action, but those type of films and shows. You see it all the time. There's some child that either they may have known about, didn't know about, or was with, but they broke up, the family broke up. And that trope has been done a gazillion times. That's the only thing I didn't like per se about Beverly Hills Cop. You know, I'm like, okay, so now we got to deal with hearing this girl could played half of the Don movie, and you know, about you wasn't there for me. Okay, they're never there for you, are they? That's what it always seems like. But even if they are kind of there or not there, I mean, you know, like I said, there's always some sort of, it's not that the stuff isn't real life. Some of that stuff happens in real life, right? But it's just done so many times, man. It's like, come on, let's put it to rest. No more of those. No more of the famous you know, the estranged kid trope. Let's put that one to bed if we can. But anyhow, other than that, I enjoyed it, you know. Good stuff. It felt like a Beverly Hills Cop movie, and that was important, right? So he said the theme from Jaws is not in this battle. Oh, yeah. Someone asked about the theme from Jaws. Yeah, exactly. We didn't do theme music. We didn't do. There's a lot of things I stayed away from for this battle because there's so many. You know, I wanted to keep it more on the lines of songs that are either was written for the movie that's in the movie, or it may not have been written for the movie, but it's synonymous with the movie, you know. Other than instrumentals, the only instrumental that I was thinking about putting in, but that we didn't put it in, was actually Axel F. You know, I thought about putting that in because it was a song that was playing on the radio. It was on the charts and stuff like that. But I just tried to stay away from instrumentals altogether. But that was one that I thought about. But I never thought about the Jaws theme, because that's just like a theme score, you know, theme song, you know. Yeah. So that's why we didn't do that. Yeah, so We'll get started on that. The weekend recap brought to you by BoxOfficeMojo.com for the weekend of July 5th through the 7th. I hope everyone had a safe 4th of July weekend. And number 5, I just rewatched this film, and it's Bad Boys Ride or Die. Made another $6.6 million, bringing the total to $360 million worldwide. Nice run. Maxine, another movie I just saw, just opened up this weekend. Made $6.7 million. Yeah, it's only at 6.7 at 7.7, so it made another million internationally. Then you have A Quiet Place, day one, made 20.6 million over the weekend, bringing it up to worldwide at 177 million after opening June 28th. Not bad. Inside Out 2 is still killing. Another 30 million in the bank at the box office this weekend, putting it now at $1.2 billion worldwide. Whew, that thing is just doing its thing. And number one was Despicable Me 4. Made $75 million over the weekend. Just opened on July 3rd, and it made $122 million domestically, 108 worldwide. So it's at 230 on an opening weekend. 230.9, almost at $231 million. And that is your weekend recap. Brought to you by BoxOfficeMojo.com. I said box office. What was that? What accent was that? Box office. Mojo.com. So yeah, we're here. Yeah, man. All right, cool. So what's up with the chat room? Hello, everybody. We appreciate y'all. We will be having them joining us over at Instagram in a little bit. Shout out to Facebook and YouTubers that's come through, said what up. I appreciate you, Joseph, always our biggest supporter. NRG Prime Time, what up? What's going on, sir? We appreciate you coming through. And yeah, man, we're gonna get started on this round 2 of the tournament. I will run down the shout out to Kiki Switzer too, my partner in crime there. No, not crime, partner in grind. She had a birthday. I don't know if it's today. It usually pops on my phone, but I got a new phone, so it's like, but shout out and happy birthday, Kiki. Appreciate you. Love you. And let's get this money. Not this money, this shmoney. Let's get this shmoney. All right. And yeah, so there you go. We'll bring the Jedi Council in. Ralph and Kev, y'all back. Thank you for coming back.
What's going on, everybody? Hello.
Yo, Kev, I noticed my man in NRG Prime was giving you some shout outs. Giving you some shout outs in the room. He's a fan, man. He's a fan of Kalo the Sorcerer. So I see he's he throws what does he say here? He been dropping some Kalo the Sorcerer lines in the chat room trying to get you to spit.
Wait, who?
Sipping on your mind with a straw.
Oh no! Wow! Wow!
He brought it back, huh?
Yeah.
So for those of you that don't know what's going on, our colleague Kev here, you know, back in the day when we all were coming up and we were rappers and we was in rap. I used to do beats. I also used to rap. I'm not a rapper. I write. I used to write rhymes, but I'm not a rapper. But, you know, I would write a few rhymes here and there. It took me a long time to write rhymes, by the way. So that's how I know I wasn't a rapper. It's like it took me a long time. Yeah, it did. It took me a long time to write rhymes. I was not, you know, natural with it. I was natural with beats. So I made beats. So when me and my brother, Heaven Hollywood, we were a rap group back in the day. And we, you know, I kind of fell back and let him do all the rhyming because he is a rapper. Like, he's a writer / rapper. Like, he's nice. Kev was nice too. You know, and we used to, you know, so these are things that I used to tell these stories to Prime. Prime is my son, by the way. I used to tell these stories to him. And yeah, and he's like, yo, I'm trying to get him to spit something. I'm like, because he spits too, you know, it's in the blood. Except he's more rapper than I ever was. He's more of a rapper than I ever was because he can write something and do his thing. You know, like me, it takes forever for me to write something because I think I overthink it. Like when I'm writing rhymes, I overthink it. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, you know what? I should just write movies instead of writing rhymes. So that's what's up. Yeah, he said, I'm here. He says here, I'm here for the Kalo the Sorcerer feature. Yo, that's funny. But yeah, man. So all y'all who don't know, man, Kev is a
Prime.
Yeah, Kev was a beast, man. He was nice with it. And then I told him the story of when we were, you know, because Kev used to own a studio. I know I'm putting your shit all out there, right? Kev used to own a studio. That's how we met, actually. We used to rent his studio to do our music. And we already knew Kev could rhyme, but a whole group of other guys that was on a group joint with us did not know he could rhyme.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
Which was pretty funny. So as soon as he started spitting, everybody was like, oh man, Kev can rhyme. They're like, Kev can rap, yo, Kev nice. So it was that's always a funny thing. I've done that before where I've broken out rhymes that I've written like years ago And Cass was like, I didn't know you could rap. I'm like, come on, bro. Back in the 80s and 90s, we all rapped. You know what I'm saying? At some point in time. But that's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah. So yeah, we saw Maxine, like I said, was it was good. It was right along the lines with the rest of them. And I was cool with that. Kept that independent feel that I love about it so much. And even with the advanced budget, the advanced characters, because now you got Giancarlo Esposito is in it, Kevin Bacon. I've been seeing a lot of Kevin Bacon because I was just watching the Beverly Hills Cop. He was in that, and then you see him in this Maxine, and he's just Kevin Bacon is just so good, man.
Kevin Bacon is trying to keep up his 6 degrees. He's trying to be
that's right. He's keeping that 6. Now he's getting in other movies, getting in the now you can connect. See, now you can connect Maxine. Now you can connect X to him. You can connect Pearl to him.
You can connect every movie made known to man to Kevin Bacon. Even stuff from the 50s, you can connect to Kevin Bacon.
From the that's what I'm saying. We got to do that one day. That would be a nice interaction with our audience. Like we should like have the audience or something come on. Maybe play a game of 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon and have the audience call up and be like, give us a name to connect Kevin Bacon to. I used to shout out to my girl Emily. I used to play that. We would be up on the phone at like 2-3 in the morning, and she's trying to stump me, trying to get me to connect Kevin Bacon to whoever. She'll call me at any time. Everybody who knows me, like my real friends, they all know y'all can call me pretty much any time. I'm always pick up my phone. If I don't pick up my phone, it's weird. You know what I mean? I used to always pick up my phone. So literally she would call me at 1 a.m, like, hey, connect Shaq, or something like that. Like she'll give me somebody she just thought of, woke up out of her sleep and decided to call me and say, connect this person to Kevin Bacon, And then I love when they call you, when they get at you and like they think they got you and you connect them in like 2 steps. It's like, what? Or 1 step. Like, I bet you don't have that person. Like, well, actually, Kevin Bacon was in this movie with them. So the key to Kevin Bacon is he's the best. The game has to be about him because Kevin Bacon has been in so many ensemble casts. That's number one. He's been in a lot of films. He's been in a lot of films, period. He's been in a lot of films with different actors. But also the key is he's been in a lot of ensemble films with a lot of actors. So that's how the branches of the Kevin Bacon tree branch out. So if someone says connect this person to him, normally you can find it within 6 steps or 6 degrees, as they say, right? And connect them. That might be a fun thing to do. So before we get into the tournament, I want to say, what do we have here? Alec Baldwin heads to trial. Dueling the Rust documentaries become part of Tangled drama. Wow. So as we know, well, we've reported on the Rust shooting, when it happened, but it turns out that they are taking Alec Baldwin to trial. So he has to fight this in a trial. He did not get let off the hook, even though it's been kind of shown that the negligence came from another department. Then it's not really his, but they have to prove in court now that the negligence or whatever of it all was not his, so it wasn't his fault.
But haven't they kind of, if the girl is already going to jail for this, isn't it kind of proven? Like, aren't you guys really trying to be? I know what I want to say. I'm gonna say it like this. You know why they're doing this? It's because Alex Baldwin is the juice. oh, we got Alec Baldwin, we got him. The other girl, yeah, she's small. She's responsible, but she's not the dude. She's not the headline. Alec Baldwin found guilty.
Right. She's not the sexy attraction.
Right. Yeah. That's what it is. That's what it is.
She's not the sexy attraction. You always want to, when you're doing these cases, you want to, attach the biggest name to it if you can, and because they know that these things get publicity, they get light, and a lot of these DAs and stuff like that, they looking for a come up just like anybody else. They be looking for these come ups, and they're like, yo, I see a come up right here. So we're gonna go ahead and put Alec Baldwin on the hot seat, knowing that we're, because regardless, I think they're just banking on the fact that it's just gonna give them exposure and things like that. They gotta know that they're probably not going to get this guy on these charges, especially with the other circumstances of the armorer and the negligence of the armorer. It's just a waste of taxpayers' money, really. But that's what they decide they want to do. Anthony Michael Hall actually finally said why he turned down the Brat Pack documentary. Very simply said that he says here, I was asked to be a part of it, but you know what? I'll tell you, my attitude is you have to wish everyone success. It's just something I chose not to do because I'm always trying to move forward and make new things and do new stuff. He continues to say, the truth is, oh, so that wasn't the truth, Anthony? I'm joking. He said, the truth is, I've had to embrace the John Hughes period of my life all my career, and I'm happy to do so. It's never been an issue for me, but I also think that time has taught me that you have to wish everyone success. I think he's carved out, he's talking of McCarthy now. I think he's carved out a great career for himself. He's a writer, he directs TV, he's a cool guy, and he's a father. So that was his deal. He just said, I just want to move forward. So he basically said, I never really had an issue with it. And I think that's a believable statement, because he does the cons. He does a lot of the cons. I just saw him at a recent con, and they were doing the Breakfast Club. Him, Molly Ringwald, Ali Sheedy, Judd Nelson, they all showed up. Everyone except Emilio. Emilio never doesn't really always show up to these things. But yeah, all of them except Emilio Estevez was there for the Breakfast Club panel. So he does those, and I mean, I guess also, but he just chose not to do this one. Maybe because he didn't have much to say. It may not even have been good for him to do the documentary. He might have been like, I'm cool with it. Who knows?
And
So-
I got something to say about that one, and I'm gonna say it because I'm just the person I am. There's been a bunch of people in the history of television and movies that have been lumped into a particular role for the rest of their life because it was so iconic or whatever. And after we did our show last week, I was watching something on TV, and actually it was The Big Bang Theory, and Leonard Nimoy, his name came up because they did this episode where Leonard Nimoy's son interviewed Sheldon about his obsession with his father. And it made me look something. I forgot this. Back when Leonard Nimoy was Spock, right? He hated Spock. He hated it, right? He even went so as made a book called I'm Not Spock. And you know what happened after he did that? Acting roles dried up for him. And the fans turned on him because you are doing a character that the reason you're doing the character is because people liked it. People loved it.
Yeah.
So then
Yeah.
he did. So after he realized that how he was basically imploding his own career, he wrote another book that says, "I am Spock." Leonard Nimoy, and think about it, Leonard Nimoy for the rest of his life, no matter what this man has done, he's always going to be known as Spock. He has directed movies, he has done documentaries, he's done a whole bunch of different things. He's Galvatron, Transformers, but he's always going to be known as Spock, right? And in that way, when I'm saying this is to Judd Nelson, who's not a documentary, but Judd Nelson got his thing, but Anthony Michael Hall, the same thing, and even Emilio Estevez. You have the careers that you have because of the John Hughes films, of the Breakfast Club. At some point, I can understand why you felt the name was harmful to your career. But on the flip side, I don't understand how you think it's harmful to you, because all of you that were associated with the Brat Pack have forged out a career. It wasn't like, once you did the last
Right.
John
You still
Holmes
work.
film,
You were still working.
you stopped working.
You were still working active, which
right now,
not
if that
everyone
had
can say.
right now, if that had happened, then your stance today is much more magnified, because you say, "Wait a minute, I did the last John Hughes movie. I got associated with the Brat Pack, and no one ever took me seriously, and I never did another movie or TV show again." None of them that's in there can like I said, can say that case. And as I said when I first talked about this, Demi Moore certainly has carved out a pretty damn decent career. And I forgot when I said Emilio Estevez had 2 franchises, I was actually wrong. Emilio Estevez actually had 3 franchises. He's one of the few. He had the Mighty Ducks, he had the Young Guns, but I forgot he's also the Stakeout movies. He did 2 Stakeouts. I forgot about that one. Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like nobody took Emilio Estevez seriously. Nobody didn't take Judd Nelson seriously. Whatever the media spin on it, that was the media spin.
Yeah. I always, you say that. The only way I always disagree with you, and I only halfway disagree with you, is because we can't tell people what they wanted for their career. Maybe
I understand.
You know what I mean?
Wait, before you say that, I understand that part. Then the question goes, well, wait a minute. What roles did you get offered? And more importantly, out of the roles you got offered, what roles did you turn down? Right? Because
I don't remember what the name of that movie was, but he said even on that documentary, he got a role that he turned down because he heard Andrew was considered to be in the film as well. He went out of his way to avoid being in films with other quote unquote Brat Pack members.
Okay, so now let's look at today's time. Now we don't have the Brat Pack, we have it like in memory, but now we have the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If Robert Downey Jr. is doing a movie, and pick anyone, Chris Evans is also in the movie, is he legitimately going to turn it down because people going to think, well, it's a Marvel movie? No. The movie is the movie.
Marvel movie actors, they love acting with each other in movies. They don't mind.
Right.
And a lot of them, and the funny thing is, a lot of them have acted together even before they acted in Marvel movies together.
Right.
You see them.
Right.
There's that movie with Elizabeth Olsen and my man who plays Thanos, and he was getting it in that movie. He was hitting that left and right in that movie. I forgot the name of it. I was like, Thanos taking down the Scarlet Witch. What?
Yeah. Now it's funny you said that. Now we very well may see that and say, Thanos is taking down Scarlet Witch. But in reality, that's Elizabeth Olsen playing a role with Josh Brolin. That's all that it is.
That's all it is. Yep.
But we are not going to sit there, and we may make that as a funny comment, say, "Oh, this is what's going on." But in reality, we're just here because, and the directors don't care that. Okay, you did the Marvel universe, you were in the Star Wars series, you were in the Harry Potter series. None of that stuff. Mm-hmm. Are you a good actor? And if we look at the last 20 years of film, where you had the explosion of the rom-coms, and I was talking to someone the other day because I went to get my hair cut, and the guy I was talking to, we were talking about movies, and he said, I've never seen the Batman with Robert Pattinson. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, because I just can't get over him being in Twilight. I said, yo, watch it. Watch it, because he was damn good in the movie. But that's the thing, people had that stigma. Well, he was in Twilight. Okay, so let's look at the cast of Twilight. Kristen Stewart, Oscar nominated actress. Okay, you got Robert Pattinson. I mean, now he's Batman, but he has upped his ante. Anna Kendrick is, I think, more known now for the Pitch Perfect movies than she was at being in Twilight. Right, the people that do stuff. I mean, even the guy that played
was in Twilight, was she?
Yeah, she is. She's in Twilight. See, look at that. But she's
I didn't really follow that series too much. I did do the marathon because my wife's a big fan. We went with Kev. We did the marathon, but I literally was running errands through most of that marathon. I left the theater, was running errands.
He bounced and went. He went somewhere.
But see, that's okay. But my point, but still, even if you say like the Harry Potter movies, yes, Harry Potter himself, he very well could have been typecasted forever as Harry Potter. Certainly, Emma could have been typecast forever as Hermione Granger. Have they broken those shackles and gone into other stuff? Yeah, it depends on the roles. Now maybe I'm looking at this thing differently because we are currently in 2024, whereas that is 1980, 80 something.
84, 85, whatever, yeah.
Right. Maybe it is vastly different, but as I'm saying, where I understand Emilio's feelings, on the flip side, I don't comprehend it because you all of you had a long lasting career since you did whatever your very first John Hughes movie was. Your career certainly has retained. It didn't stop. You may have not did in the movie. You may have went in, like Ali Sheedy, for example. Ali Sheedy doesn't do a whole lot of movies, right? But for when she does TV shows, she does plays, so she still keeps working. It's not like she's sitting at home knitting, eating bonbons, and now all of a sudden this documentary coming. Now I want to, and thank God none of them are actually bashing the John Hughes movies. They're just bashing bashing the guy that wrote the article.
Yeah, it's just the guy. I think had that article if he'd have came across a different way, not like he's a hater like he was, I don't think they would have been, because like the way he wrote the article made it feel like he was kind of like
he's taking pot shots
them by calling them the Brat Pack. Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? It's like he didn't name them the Brat Pack because it's a cool spin-off of the Rat Pack. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a tongue-in-cheek of the Rat Pack, because the Rat Pack, they were the cool dudes that was always in the same movies together, blah 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 blah. Well, this is not quite. They're not quite the Rat Pack. Let's call them the Brat Pack, because they're
and look at how and look at what Wes just said. The dude took the analogy of the Rat Pack, which was what, 4 guys that were handsome, cool, relevant, very popular with the ladies,
popular, got money,
and got all the chicks. And they were mobbed up. Now,
mobbed up too. Yeah, got perks everywhere they went. Walked through the back doors and put in, that type of deal.
Now, and even Sammy Davis Jr. being a black guy, and what tipping hats out to what's his face, Frank Sinatra, who said if he can't, he ain't walking through no back doors. He coming through the front door like the rest of us. He opened up a lot of doors for Sammy Davis Jr. But getting back to the point at hand, with all that said, this dude was trying to do the same thing with what? Handsome, pretty, popular. Can walk in, the paparazzi flashing lights everywhere, the same thing. But meanwhile, who are you? A nobody. You look in the mirror and you look back at yourself and you're like, damn, I'm ugly.
Life sucks.
Wow.
Life sucks.
Who can I pick on? Who can I make fun of? Oh, I got it. This Emilio Estevez guy. Who does he think he is? Look at him, and he's the biggest, the one of the biggest things that people used to always pick fun of about Emilio Estevez, and he kind of played into it. Oh, what, Estevez? He's white. He's not. Meanwhile, not knowing that there's a difference between European. Anyway, I'm not even gonna get into all of that.
But he's not white. He's Spanish. Actually, he's Spanish. His father is Spanish.
Well, his father is Spanish, but I think his mom is white.
Yeah, I think so.
So,
I mean, Martin Sheen changed his name because of that.
Right.
Because of when
Martin
he started acting and stuff.
And didn't want to. And the funny part is, Martin Sheen he's the one that looks more Hispanic out of the two of them, with his dark hair.
All of them.
But you know something, hey Kev, you know what? That's even a more important thing. That's Estevez is the family name, but Martin changed his name to Sheen for the professional name. Emilio Estevez carved out a career because certainly at the time you could say, "Well, I'm Martin Sheen's kid." Okay, but he charged it out under his own name. Right? Charlie Sheen didn't do it. Now Charlie Sheen, now he tried to use Estevez because he's trying to make the comeback or whatever. But Emilio Estevez was carving his name out under Estevez. He made his legacy, and not for nothing, bro. Not for nothing, Emilio. You was doing good stuff before you did the Breakfast Club. Repo Man is like wow.
Repo Man wasn't before the Breakfast Club.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It's not. Repo
Go
Man?
look it up. Repo Man.
Before the Breakfast Club?
Before the Breakfast Club. Go look it up.
Wow. I didn't think that.
Breakfast Club is 85. Breakfast Club is 1985. Repo Man is 1984.
Interesting. I didn't think that.
Man was.
Well, you know what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about the one he did with his brother when they were the Garbage Men. That's what I'm thinking about.
Oh no, that's 89. Yeah. But even that's 89. But I mean, but you know, that's between Repo Man and
what's the one where he did? What's the one he did where they were trapped in LA or somewhere, and they were traveling around in the RV. I don't remember what the name of that movie is. That might have been. No, I think that was after the Breakfast Club.
Was he in the Outsiders as well?
He's in the Outsiders.
Yeah, he's in the Outsiders as well.
That's 83.
Yeah. That's before the Breakfast.
So I'm saying, so he was.
I mean, the Breakfast Club was just that big. That was big one. I mean, but like you said, none of them ever. No, thank goodness, no one tried to slight the Hughes films. You know, they all, embrace and love John Hughes because they all loved working with him, and it was good experience working with him and things of that nature.
But nobody's going to slight those films anyway.
Instagram crowd.
But who is going to really slight those films? Because remember, like I said last week,
Molly Ringwald did. That was nasty work too. Molly Ringwald. Actually,
I'm talking about back then. I'm talking about back then.
But they shouldn't ever do it though. They should never do it because especially someone like her, they should never slight the John Hughes film. She went on record one time and made some sort of I hate when women make these backhand little comments that's like, even though it was a little weird that talking about Farmer Ted, he took advantage of that girl because she was drunk and then he had sex with her, and the guy sends his girl home with him, and it sends his girl home with some strange guy I'm like, why are you bringing this up? Like, really? Like, so if you call that creepy, you're calling John Hughes creepy because he wrote it. You know what I'm saying? So, and the man's not here to defend himself. So I think that was wrong when she said that, like in an interview. Now she still pops up on these panels and talks about, John to the high heavens, he was great to whatever. But then she did say that there was a scene. What movie was it? Was it The Breakfast Club? Yeah, there was a scene in The Breakfast Club that she fought against, and they ended up taking it out. And it wasn't even her scene. It was a scene that had something to do with a teacher or something like that. It was like what she called a gratuitous sex scene or gratuitous nudity scene or something like that. That was in the Breakfast Club, and she kind of fought against it, and I guess they ended up pulling it out because they said there was like 20 drafts of the Breakfast Club, and they were literally picking from different drafts.
But what I meant by what I said was, and nobody back in when that article came out wouldn't have slighted the show for two reasons. One, because what kids were really reading the New York Times to even know that was a relevant piece. Back in the 80s, it was like only adults that worked in this, New
York.
They worked in the city the New York Times is all over the country, but it was, but it was mostly business people, and it wasn't really like the article came out in Teen Beat,
exactly,
or something like that, where it would have been like relevant fare to be like really to be judged. It was basically put out there for art, for adults, and I think that was done on purpose. I honestly think it was done on purpose.
I mean, that whole thing, like we came to the conclusion before, he's just a hater, and I repurposed that video, put it on what's it called, TikTok and stuff, and a lot of people have been viewing that video and agreeing with what we were saying. So here is round 2. I'm just showing round 2 of our Battle of Movie Songs tournament. Speaking of the Breakfast Club, number 9 rank, Don't You Forget About Me. Simple Minds from the Breakfast Club will be going up against It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp. Number 56. Number 10, Purple Rain will be going up against Don't Let Go from Set It Off. Number 11, Against All Odds, will be going up against Ghostbusters. Call Me from American Gigolo against Blaze of Glory, another Emilio Estevez film that Ralph talked about, one of those franchises. Flashdance, What a Feeling against the Mary J. Blige, Not Gonna Cry. Then you have Power Love versus I Believe I Can Fly. Then you have Up Where We Belong against Nights Like This. Then we have Sparkles giving him something he could feel against Shallow. So here's the round. We're going to get ready to get into that. Once again, people who may have joined us from last time or did not join us last time, we judge these things based on a few criteria. One is the relation to the movie. The significance of the song to the movie is one of the criteria we use. We use the what was the other one? Nostalgia of it. Yeah, nostalgia was one of the ones we used, right?
Popularity
of the song and the movie. I mean, that was really pretty much what we used. But so we're gonna get into it. Let me set everything up here. I did it a little easier this time. If I can bring it up. So you guys should be able to hear. So we have as we said, we're gonna go ahead and get into it because last time it went a little longer, but I think it'll go a little smoother this time around. So with no further ado, people, we bring to you round 2 of the Battle of the Movie Songs.
What the hell?
Battle of the Movie Songs. It just had to be something dramatic.
you. Forget about me. Don't. You know it's hard out here for a pimp when he tryna get this money for the print. But a Cadillac and gas money spent will cause a whole lot of bitches.
All right, so there we have that. That's round one. What is it still part? I mean, this is round two, first matchup of the night. And there we go. Let's start with you, Ralph.
I smell an upset. I don't know if it's gonna be this one, but I smell an upset song in here. You know what? I'm gonna keep it with Simple Minds because not only is it's in the beginning and the end of the movie, but it has also been used in other films. I just said Pitch Perfect. The song is in Pitch Perfect. They do that in Pitch Perfect, you know. And not for nothing, you know. Once again, the Brat Pack thing. Listen, Judge Nelson, this goes out to you, bro. For everything that guy said about the Brat Pack, I think you got the most iconic image of all the Brat Packers. I mean, whenever they talk about, they show that scene of you putting your fist in the air. It's that I think the image is the most iconic thing of the Brat Pack. But as far as the base of the song, I'm keeping it with Simple Minds.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, Hard Out Here for a Pimp did some good. Well, it had a great
got an
accomplishment with winning an Oscar, right? That's a
they
great
still celebrating that Oscar.
Yeah, they still, of course. Yeah, I would too. I'm here for it.
And I'm celebrating it with them because it's hard out here for a pimp. And I'm celebrating it with them. And because of Selma Hayek, I'll always celebrate it with them. That's my only slight against that woman. It's what she did to them the night they won that Oscar.
Yeah, that was bad, man. But yeah, you know, I gotta go with Simple Minds because of the, you know, that both of the songs got like little drum openings. That you know, it's hard out, and then you got bat. Boom, boom. So like, but when you first hear that, it's like the first thing you think of is The Breakfast Club, you know, and you're like, probably because once again, like you said, they put it all through the movie and stuff. So I definitely gotta go with Simple Minds on that one. To move forward. But you know, like I said, I agree with Kev on the Selma Hayek did him dirty, man. You know, tried to, you know, really kind of play them and really ruin their moment for that night.
Well, the homeboy was a Selma Hayek fan. He was a fan like me.
How do you ruin a dude's night if he just won an Oscar? You know what I mean? These are dudes from the hood, man. Especially
if you ain't got one. Especially if you don't have one.
Especially if you don't have one.
Like that you know what? That was my biggest question about that. How was she even in the Oscar party?
Well, I mean, they all go to Oscar
they all
parties.
go to Oscar
Yeah,
parties.
they all go to Oscar parties.
I mean, she's part of the Hollywood elite, but that point,
yeah, she's still part of the Hollywood elite, so she's gonna get into a party. But
you know what? But I realized what it is. No, that was sarcasm on my part. She was there because, and she made that comment because of the hate. Because out of all the films she get, here comes these little black boys from Memphis that come out with one hit and they get an Oscar, and she's beautiful and a good actress, and she has none. So,
hey, man, happens, I guess.
It's hard out here for Selma.
It is for Chia. So, all right, here we go. The next battle is coming up.
You say you want a leader, but you can't seem to make up your mind. Think you better close. Let me guide you to the purple rain. Purple rain. Purple rain. Purple rain. What's it gonna be? I'm getting sick. Don't you wanna be more than friends? Only time you don't let go. Don't let go. You have no reason to go.
So I just got one question. So you do this with AI? Who's making these picks?
What are you talking about? Making these picks?
Yeah, man, that ain't the song from Purple Rain. It should have been When Doves Cry or Let's Be
But
Great.
I'm only asking like how are these? How is everything put together? Is it like the last tournament? Did you use AI? How did you put it together?
Yeah, I did. AI helped. It helped, yeah. But the first 10 to 20 songs, they got ranked. I told y'all how I did it, how I ranked it, how I always rank it. I cross-referenced the song along with the success of the particular film, and that's how I came up with the top 10 rank. Purple Rain got the number 9, actually Purple Rain got ranked number 10 or whatever it got because it only had peaked at number 2. All the rest of them in the top 10 peaked at number 1.
I don't care. I don't care about the logistics. The only reason why I asked is because AI. I was gonna say if AI did it, AI got it right because Purple Rain is it. There ain't nothing else left to be said. Thank you, In Vogue, for Don't Let Go, but you're getting let go of right now.
Yeah, I love In Vogue. Yeah, I don't think that's as much as I love that song, that particular song, that was produced by the Organized Noise, produced that, and very dope. I mean, very, very good, nicely produced track. But yeah, I mean, I don't think, to me, it's not a question. Purple Rain is definitely so significant in the film. That's why you say, I mean, you could argue When Doves Cry, but Purple Rain is the part of the film that everyone remembers. That's the part of the film. I mean, it's the climax of the film. It's the solo, everybody crying, waving their hands, all that stuff.
I got that part. Yes, it is the climax of the film. I get it. However, When Doves Cry is the reason why you went to see the movie.
Yeah.
It ain't Purple Rain. When Doves Cry came out, that's what people say, hold up. What do you mean this guy who the 1999 guy made an autobiographical movie? He's not dead. But that's what got your ass in this seat was When Doves Cry.
Well, it wouldn't have mattered whether, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I totally 100%.
That ain't what got me in this seat.
I totally 100%. I totally 100% agree with you, Ralph. But that's not the reason why I went to go see that movie. Is because I was a Prince fan from Dirty Mind. So
wait.
Saw the movie no matter what.
Hold on.
Saw that movie no matter what.
Hold on a second. But here's the thing with that one. Even if you were a fan from Dirty Mind, at that point in time, Prince wasn't that big dude. He was not.
Oh, he most absolutely was. And
no,
not,
he was.
See,
No,
Ralph. But Ralph, here's how I'm gonna correct you. Here's the caveat to that, Ralph. He wasn't that dude up north in the north in New York, but south of DC, Memphis, and particularly in the Bible Belt. That's how I found out about Prince. Is because my cousins in Memphis. If it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't know nothing about Prince. You know, up until he did his popular stuff. You know, when he did the first thing. But
Okay, I'll
Hey,
get that to you. Okay,
I
but
mean,
but on
at
a
this
larger
point,
scale,
there's no point in arguing about the pick of the song. It's done already. So, I
yeah, it's
mean,
done.
But I get what
is it
Ralph
really
is
that?
saying though.
I get where I get your point, and you make a good point. But I mean, is it really that big of a deal between Purple Rain and When Doves Cry? I mean,
Yeah. Yes, it is. This is the same thing I say. Let's go crazy. Listen, I get the part.
Let's
I
Go
get what you
Crazy.
said.
So now you're saying Let's Go Crazy, not When Doves Cry.
No. I'm definitely gonna say When Doves Cry, but I also get the thing when Let's Go Crazy. Like I say this to her all the time. When I went to go see Star Trek 3, walked out to go to the bathroom, and this movie theater next to me was rocking. I mean, rocking. I ain't know what the hell's going on there. I walked up in there, and Prince is on stage. I didn't know who the hell Prince was, but he's doing this Let's Go Crazy. He got the whole audience in there dancing like you were in a concert, right?
Well, you know why that they were all in there dancing, Ralph? Because they were Prince fans.
No, they weren't. I'm going to disagree with that. I'm not going to sit there and say all of them were not. I'm going to say that they were some
maybe
Prince
not
fans.
every single person, but what I'm saying is nine out of 10 people that went to see that movie knew who Prince was.
Listen,
whether they were big fans, small fans, casual fans, they knew who he was.
Listen, I'm gonna say this. I've seen a whole lot of movies where the person in the movie is some sort of musician. I'm sorry, Michael Jackson did not get that same type of recognition in The Wiz. Whitney Houston did not get that same type of recognition in The Bodyguard. She didn't. It's a good movie, but she
what do you mean by recognition?
I walked in there and the entire
before I respond to
is in
that,
there
what do you
dancing.
mean by recognition? Oh well, dance. I mean, who's dancing to ballads? She's singing ballads all through the movie. But recognition, of course, she got big recognition from doing the movie.
Of course she did.
So,
she got that. That's what put Houston over.
I get what you're saying. You never experienced that because he's on stage doing it, and that's all good. But bruh, when you hear the first note of Purple Rain, and soon as the beat starts, what is the crowd doing? Before he even starts singing, what is that? Every crowd, wherever that song plays, what are they doing? That ooh, 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 ooh. They're all doing that before the song even starts. They're waving their hands, they're waving their lighters, they're waving their phones. That song had probably the bigger impact than the other ones. And I agree with you that maybe the video, because it was the lead video, and that's how they promoted things back then, right? We talked about that with Dangerous Minds, right? The lead video is you have a better argument definitely with that than Let's Go Crazy, because it was the lead video and it enticed you of, oh, this is to a movie. I didn't know that. And then it makes you want to maybe go see it. But yeah, so that's why. Well, but anyway, I don't want to waste no more time on why I picked the song. Let's move on.
It's not much. But personally, my choice was Don't Let Go. It is my choice over Purple Rain because of that same reason. It's the emotional part of the movie, and it's kind of like you kind of get the feeling that with them saying Don't Let Go, that they're not going to make all of them are not going to make it out this movie. You didn't have the feeling like they were going to escape, and that she was gonna have to let this dude go. She was gonna have the one night of passion, but after that, she was gone. No,
I hear you. I mean, and that's your choice on that. But I mean, I definitely would push back on it being more significant to that film than Purple Rain to Purple Rain.
I said
part of the film. That's the reason why he kept his job. That's the reason.
That's not what I said. What I said is that the song "Don't Let Go" is the most significant part to set it off. It's the most significant part to set it. The other song where Dana dies.
Yeah.
Now that one.
Maybe that one.
Yeah.
Maybe that one might have been more of an impact on the movie. I mean, Don't Let Go, they only played it during the love scene. and that was just the love scene between him and
Yeah.
between Blair Underwood and her. They didn't play it any other
Yeah, they
part
didn't play it
or
the whole-
whatever.
the whole
You had Brandy's Missing You at the end. They played it. Well, not just Brandy, but all the people that was in that song. But yeah, all right, that's cool. But I love that song anyway, though. I love In Vogue.
I love it.
And I used to play drums to that song because that's a drum song that right there. Used to play it all the time. But anyway, let's move on. Purple Rain will move on that one. So next battle coming up.
So take a look at me now. There's just an empty space. There's nothing left here to remind me. Just the memory of your face. Ooh, take a look at me now. There's just an empty space. You coming back to me is against the odds, and that's why I've got to face. Something strange in your neighborhood. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! If there's something weird and it don't look good, who you gonna call?
One of those songs is right out the gate. The name of the song is right in there. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. All right, so here we go.
Take a look at me now for me.
Phil Collins. All right, cool. Ralph, what do you think?
Nah, I'm gonna
me.
stick. I'm sticking with Ghostbusters. Right. Yeah, right. It leaves out the movie. They played out the whole thing, and then when that remake or reimagining came out, and they had the crappy version of Ghostbusters, it was like, nah, no. So then they come out with another version of Ghostbusters. They put the original one back in there. That's what.
Yeah.
Although it gets slighted a little bit by Ray Parker because you stole that beat from Huey Lewis.
Well, he didn't steal it himself.
Yeah, he did.
But
well, somebody
it was a collective.
They just kind of borrowed
collective
it.
They basically just had him do it because originally, remember, they wanted Huey Lewis to do it.
He was a little busy.
Huey Lewis to do it.
He was a little busy
doing The Power of Love, But yeah, I mean, when you listen to it, it's really
I want a new drug.
It really it is. It's I want a new drug.
When it won't make me quit.
I'm just like, it was the same song.
It's the same damn song.
I want a new drug. I'm like, oh God. Yeah, and I think didn't Huey Lewis sue them?
Yes, he did.
Sue like the record label or whatever.
Yes, he did.
I think he won too.
And he still get paid off that song. Getting paid on Ghostbusters forever.
I'm like, why didn't you just do them both, man? I know you was busy doing it. I'm like, yo, I guess they wanted to rush it. There was so many things that happened with Ghostbusters. All right, I'm gonna go with Ghostbusters because once again, it does obviously. To me, it checks the boxes, the nostalgia, it checks the significance to the movie. Although so did Against All Odds, check the significance to the movie. The video for Ghostbusters had the actors in it. I thought that, it should remind you of the film itself. As soon as you hear it, you
in
just think,
Times Square.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts and stuff like that. It was just a catchier song. Yeah. So that's kind of I think that's an upset, actually. That might be our first. Yeah. Well, rank wise, that's our first upset of the day. Man, Against All Odds, boy, that was. I remember my brother. Shout out to Heaven Hollywood. My brother used to always be like, "Yo, man, that was crazy." He used to love that film.
Yes, Joseph. The old woman version of the theme song Ghostbusters is the crappy version of Ghostbusters. Sorry, Missy. I love Missy Elliott. Sorry, Missy, but nah, it wasn't hitting
That wasn't
at
it.
all.
That wasn't it.
That wasn't
All right,
it.
let's move forward. Next battle. 2 drum songs. Both of them, the drums on those were dope. It's John Bon Jovi, man. John Bon Jovi.
Jersey.
John Bon Jovi in the building. I love it. You know, what I love, the only thing now, the box that Call Me For Me checks is it reminds me of the movie because it's the very beginning. It's just like any other movie where you got the Bee Gees when he's walking down the street or whatever, you know, or Shaft when he's walking down the street. You know, the beginning of this when the song comes on, just like Beverly Hills Cop, you know, the heat is on, plays the moment it starts. You know, it's the same thing with this. You see him driving down, with the drop top on his gigolo-ish. That's the biggest check box for it. But I think the Blaze of Glory, I don't know, it just felt. I actually felt I wished Blaze of Glory was in the first one, honestly, because to me it kind of matched the first one even more because how that first one ended. They literally ended in a blaze of glory. Mm-hmm. I wish it would have been in the first one, but I think at this time, because Young Guns 2, I don't know if it was highly anticipated. It was not as good as the first one, and a lot of people recognized that. But this was one of the better things about the movie, like when John Bon Jovi was doing this song. And the video and and all that stuff, and he really just went in on it. So I'm gonna go with John Bon Jovi on that one. Blaze of Glory.
Yeah, I feel you. I love the Blaze of Glory video of him just out there playing the guitar in the middle of the desert. It is just so well done. The Call Me song. I mean. It's like I saw American Gigolo. I don't remember that well. I remember Call Me more in Flashdance because it's in Flashdance. It brings me to Flashdance, not American Gigolo.
I don't even remember it in Flashdance. I remember it in American Gigolo because it's right in the beginning of the film.
One of the girls is dancing to Call Me, and one of the girls in the club is dancing to Call Me. I think
she's dancing to one of them.
Yeah. I think it's Fiona Harris's. I think that's her name.
Gotcha.
The one that was one of Jennifer Bill's girlfriend dancing.
Yeah.
If it had been Rapture, I'd be like, yeah, but nah, it's got to be Blaze of Glory for me.
Okay, Kev, what did you think about those?
Call Me. So that's my favorite song.
Really? I did not know that, Kev.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How all these years we've known each other? How all these years we've known each other, and I did not know that was one of your favorite songs.
Yeah, I love that song, and it had nothing to do with American Gigolo, because surprisingly, I'd never seen American Gigolo.
Oh yeah, no, the song was fire. I love Call Me. I play that all the time. And it takes me back to my Gigolo days. No,
well, it takes me back to the Z100 days. Z100.
Yeah, right. Oh, it takes me back to Gigolo days. I got paid $1 once. I had a bad night. What do you want?
Oh man! Because I know why Ralph.
She made me wait so long. That's why it was.
Ralph was laughing because you sound like
it went so fast.
Ralph was laughing.
Exactly.
Ralph is laughing because you sound like you sound like that. You sound like Uncle Pete, who be back. I remember at the 345 Colt 45. Boy, I remember back in the day, boy, I was the finest thing out there, boy. You couldn't tell me nothing, boy. I'm popping my collar and everything.
You don't know nothing about that there, boy.
You don't know nothing about that there, boy. Mm-hmm.
I'll just say, That was one of my bad nights. You know, she paid me by the minute. She got $1. Made me wait so long. You know. That was big. But anyway, all right. So, as much as I love Call Me Too, but John Bon Jovi moves on. Okay, next battle.
Should have left your ass long time ago. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna shed no tears. No, I'm not gonna cry.
Poor Mary.
Can't do it.
Why y'all do Mary dirty like that? Knowing damn well Mary, yeah, she gonna cry. She crying now.
No, she's not gonna cry.
But she's moving on to the back of the line. Let me tell you something. First of all, when Flashdance came out, I couldn't even go to the theater to go see it because my mom wouldn't let me go see it.
Nope.
Really?
Nope.
Yep. My mom wouldn't let me go. Nope.
Mom wouldn't let me go see it. And
Surprised
so
I saw Purple Rain. I went with my stepmother, and when Prince started making Apollonia, she put her hand in front of my eyes so I could think what's going on. I was like, yo,
That's
what the
funny.
hell?
oh well, we snuck out to go see that. I don't even remember how we got to go see that.
I saw Purple Rain 11 times in the movie theater. 11 times. I went with my brother. My brother probably saw it like 13 times in the movie theater. My brother, my whole family is Prince fan, big Prince fans. My brother was is a huge Prince fan. And yeah, him and my another friend of the family, Ron, they went so many. They just kept going. It's I'm gonna go with this person. I'm gonna go with this person. I'm gonna go with this person.
And that's the thing you did. If somebody didn't see it, you grabbed them and you went back and seen it with them. And then y'all would be talking about it with somebody, and they'd be like, "Oh, word!" Be like, "Yo, we going tonight. Let's go."
Yeah.
No, back then when that came out, I kept going to go see Return of the Jedi. It came out right around Return of the Jedi. So I was like, Flashdance, Return of the Jedi. I want to see Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Flashdance. I couldn't go see it. But the one thing I could see, and I could go googly eyes over, was that Irene Cara 12-inch single cover, which my dad had, and we just sit there just looking at that like, oh my God, this woman is everything.
Oh yeah, man, that woman was.
Yeah, and Jennifer Beals. We talked about it offline. Jennifer Beals was so fine in that movie. Man.
No, she's still fine.
She's still fine. I'm just saying, in that movie, I'm just like, wow, she was.
Hey Wes, you know what? When you need to bring back Alice and have her redo that because she looks like Jennifer Beals.
Alice she could do that too. Alice is a really
damn
good
sure could do it.
Yeah, she's a really good dancer. I'm sure Alice could recreate that.
Yeah, you should do that as a TikTok video and be like, hey, put that up on TikTok since everybody else seems to be using it for something.
Who gets to dump the water on her? That's the question. In the chair.
I can't do it. I can't do it because I'm gonna get fired. I'm gonna mess the whole scene up. Because I'm just going. Listen. I'm just going. I'm gonna get cursed out if I do it.
Shout out to Alice, of course. All right. So the funny thing is the significance of the movie, but I gotta definitely go with Flashdance. I mean, it's just, first of all, that song is everything. You know, it's just like last round we talked about how Lose Yourself has those certain things. Like this song, you know, take your passion and make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like the lyrics to the song is just like, if you are a creative, it doesn't matter. This is obviously for dancers, but it doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're a creative person and you're trying to pursue your dreams and your goals, like you listen to the words of this song, you know what I'm saying? And you're like, yo, take your passion and make it happen. So that right there, and they sing those lines so many times, even at the end. Take your passion in the background, make it happen. You know what I'm saying? It's like drills into your head. Great song. I mean, they were writing some songs back then, bro. They motherfuckers was writing.
Listen, that's one of the songs that probably helped a lot of people get through Reaganomics.
I know, right? But of course, Not Gonna Cry was dope. But go ahead.
Yeah, that's my pick. Not Gonna Cry. I think because Angela Bassett really got a bad case in me. But to hear that song and then I think the video correlates more with the song. When Mary's looking at the camera, she's saying, "Nah, bro, no matter what you do to me, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna shed a tear. Nah." And it's carried over all these years to people. Like when they talk about Waiting to Exhale, that's the song. Well, between the song and doing it, I tell girls who said, y'all need to go out there and go do an Angela Bassett. And they're like, what's that? So you see Waiting to Exhale? She put all the shit in this car. And
about to get somebody. Yeah, they about to get somebody killed. I'm about to go do an Angela Bassett. Yeah, that was a movie. You get your ass shot doing that. Somebody. But yeah, no, it really, the correlation to the movie of it all, it really, when I hear the song, obviously it takes you back to that point of the movie. To me, it takes me back to that point in the movie, because even though she did cry, but in the movie, but she did, at that point it just turned to vengeance. At that point,
she picked her ass up, and she picked her ass up.
That was it. But I mean, and by the way, that song is many great albums as Mary J. Blige had. To me, this is just personal choice. That album, because they also put that song on Share My World. And Share My World is my favorite Mary J. Blige album. I thought it was her most mature album. And, it just had a lot of different, tastes on there.
Nah, her greatest
R. Kelly song she did with R. Kelly on there. The 7 Days joint, because she worked with Brian Michael Cox and a lot of stuff with that. The 7 Days, Share My World itself. It was to me her most well-rounded album. It had a little bit of everything.
Her well-rounded, but her best album is My Life.
Yeah.
A lot of people like that. A lot of people go with that. This is my personal choice. And plus, Share My World has my favorite song ever by her on it. It was my wedding song, and that's the Can't Be Without You. That's the song me and my wife danced to at our wedding. So yeah, that's my personal favorite album. I thought Share My World just had it had a nice blend and mix of mid-tempo and ballads, just really strong songs, different type of songs than she was singing in the past. That's what I liked about it. Yeah. But
Can't
Flash
Be
Dance,
Without You.
what a feeling. Yeah. Can't Be Without You.
You sure that's on that record? That's not on the No More Drama record?
No. On No More Drama. It might be on No More Drama. That's my favorite. But that's my favorite song by her either way. But Share My World is my favorite album by her, just collectively behind it. Listening to that album all the way through. Starts off with that. Do I can love you? Do. Yeah, that was fire. Came out with that. I Can Love You Better. The joint she did. All of them joints on there, man. I think
I Can Love You Better was the dope.
That was a dope song.
A dope song. Yeah, so that's my preference. That's one of those non-stoppers. I play that. I just hit play and let that roll through. Share My World. But okay. So, with that being said, we move on to the next battle. Let's get it.
It's a curious thing. Make a one man weep, make another man sing. Change your heart to a little white dove. More than a feeling, that's the power of love. I believe I can fly.
All right, you can stop it right there.
I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. I believe I can soar. I see me running through that open door. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly.
Now I gotta say something. That picture that they showed Michael Jordan, don't it look like he looked like he giving R. Kelly like the side eye, like, you about to mess up my movie with what you doing, you bum.
Well, they crazy if they mess up that movie, because I know, right? Because that song, by although I mean, right out the gate, I'm gonna give it to The Power of Love because it's just the in correlation to the movie. But I Believe I Can Fly is a better song. It's a better written song. It's a better song altogether. Is if you listen to the lyrics and the whole thing. But as opposed to this, the criteria that we use for this particular battle or this particular competition, then yes, hands down, I have to give it to Back to the Future, which is The Power of Love. But yeah, I mean, but yeah, I Believe I Can Fly is a better song than that.
Yeah, it is. I'm sticking with Power of Love. I'll tell you this, even outside of the movie, I've been to a bunch of different cons where someone will have a DeLorean there, and they got a guy looking like Marty McFly, right? But one thing that always caught me is as they're playing music, they don't play the theme to Back to the Future. They play The Power of Love.
Play Power of Love, yeah.
Right, but you say
they
you
don't
would
play
think
the theme.
Yeah, they don't
You
play
think that's the
theme.
name of it?
Yeah, you think The Power of Love is the theme song, is the theme to Back to the Future. It's not. there is a theme song to Back to the Future.
It's actually actual theme song to it. Yeah. But The Power of Love is just what's synonymous with it. Period. You just say, all right, cool. I Believe I Can Fly could be used for any situation, honestly. Of course, it was on the Space Jam soundtrack, but I mean,
yeah,
Not really.
But the funny thing is that even with the music, a lot of people don't realize that Doc Brown is in the actual music video for The Power of Love. A lot of people have never really seen the long form version of it. I've seen it, where he actually Christopher is actually in the damn video. He comes in. That leads into the song. Is that you see the DeLorean going through time, and then all of a sudden it's in the club somewhere, and it's a red light, and you hear.
That's funny.
But
The Power of Love.
Power of Love go on.
It's definitely that one. Where was you going with it, Kev?
Well, I didn't know that was for that movie, but I just like that song, so yeah, I was gonna say that anyway.
Power of Love?
Yeah.
You didn't know that was from Back to the Future? Really? Okay. You remember Huey Lewis was in Back to the Future, right? You remember that?
No, I don't remember that either.
Oh, okay.
I may have seen Back to the Future maybe twice, if that.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Yeah, there was actually a scene where in the beginning where he's at high school and him and his band is actually playing the music to The Power of Love. They were playing the music to it,
and Huey Lewis is the one who was one of the judges, and he was sitting there and he's like, "Hello, it's just too dang loud." You know, it's like,
The only
he's
thing
like,
I
"I'm
will
sorry, it's just too loud."
the only thing I will say is whenever I hear "I Believe I Can Fly," well, now you barely hear it at all, which is unfortunate.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But I always think of Space Jam when I think of that.
Hmm.
It's like What a Feeling from Flashdance. Like, I don't,
Yeah, no, I get it. You know, it's me, I guess so for me, but I mean, I don't know.
between that
that
and Michael Jordan are the only two things that I see. And again, that's Space Jam.
I think I got to a point where I would, I love songs that are, low key inspirational songs. So like, when I listen to the lyrics of "I Believe I Can Fly," I just kind of apply that to anything. You know what I mean? When you listen
It's
to
a
the lyrics
church
of it.
song
Yeah.
more than anything. It's something that someone coming to church was saying that, with the choir behind it, and that's what I think of it. I mean, I know it's from Space Jam, but if you take it out of Space Jam and someone sung that in the church, would it hit you any less? No. Yeah, I think it would hit you harder in church than in the movie.
That's interesting. I mean, I like I said, it's just like I said, if you could see it, or he says, if I can see it, then I can do it. If I could believe it, there's nothing to it. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. I love songs that are inspirational like that. You know what I mean? So I just always, look at it like that. All right, cool. So we coming up on the last few. That Power Love Moves On, and then we go to, where are you, guy? Where are you? All right, here we go. Next battle.
Love is up where we belong, where the eagles cry on the mountain high. Love is up where we belong, up from the world below, up where the clear winds flow. Nights like this, I wish that raindrops would fall. Yes, I do, hey, baby. Nights like this, I wish that raindrops would fall.
There you have it. That was Love Lift Them Up versus Where We Belong, and then we go versus the Nights Like This.
Nights like this, I wish. Nights like this.
Yeah, it's like the unforgettable part of the movie, man.
Nights like this, I wish they just
Nights like this.
If you don't sit your crack ass head down,
Hey man,
yo, can't nobody say like Eddie Kane.
Can't nobody sing like Eddie Kane. You can't beat me, mother. You can't beat me.
Funny. He said, you want my spot flash? Well, you
can't
ain't
have it.
gonna get it because you ain't got it. Yo, that is one of my favorite movies ever. First of all, The Five Heartbeats is just one of the best. Just one of my favorite movies ever.
No, when I met Harry, I met him last year. I took a picture. I said, Harry, I said, I got one more heartbeat to go. I met Ford Heartbeat. He said, who haven't you met? I said, Choir Boy. He's like, yeah. He's the only one I haven't met. The other 4 of 5 are heartbeats. One more to go.
The funny thing is this. I had a half an hour conversation with, at least a half an hour, maybe 40 minutes, with Robert Townsend at the American Black Film Festival, and I was asking him about the 5 Heartbeats and casting and this, that, and the other, right? And then what I wish I had that moment back, because I mean, if I ever run into him again, I didn't think to ask him, did you get the idea to write the 5 Heartbeats from Streets of Fire when you was, because he was one of the people in that group.
Oh yeah, good movie. Good movie too.
Remember they were in the group. I Can Dream About You.
I Can Dream About
Robert
You. Yeah.
Townsend was one of them in that group, and I was like, I wonder, because they was doing the whole, you know, and I was like, I wonder if it's just a wonder. I don't know. It might not have been his reason, but I wonder if that has anything to do with what he came up with the 5 Heartbeats. Because you know, those dudes, I used to love watching that video. You know, because he was smooth with that moonwalk, boy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I used to love watching that video.
And not for nothing, it was actually done by a white guy, Dan Hartman.
Yeah, exactly. The song is Dan Hartman. That's the funny thing about it too. But I just used to love watching, even when I found out when I was way back then that Dan Hartman was a white guy, I still liked watching that video and watching them guys acting like they're singing it. Because he just had and I know why they chose that guy. That guy's what was his name? Stoney Jackson or something like that.
Stoney Jackson.
Yeah, he just had the swag, man. He just had that, that lead singer swag. You know?
But you know who was one of the other guys was Bubba from Forrest Gump. I think he was the other backup dancer.
I think he was one of them in there. Definitely Robert Townsend was in there. And that's what I wish if I ever get a chance to run into him again, which I'm sure I might, I run into him. I would say, Robert Townsend, I was just watching Streets of Fire about maybe a month ago. I watched Streets of Fire. I was like, wow, I just remembered he was in this. I remember seeing him in the video plenty of times, but I never asked him that. So, anywho,
if y'all never seen Streets of Fire, man, find that.
Yeah, you can watch it free.
That is a good movie.
It's free on YouTube. Watch it on YouTube. It's actually free, I guess, with commercials on YouTube. I watched it on YouTube when I watched it. I just came across it out of nowhere, and I was like, "Oh, Streets of Fire." You know, I don't know. I think I'm pretty sure I watched it on YouTube, but anyway, or maybe on Tubi. I don't know. But it was somewhere that I didn't pay for it.
Well, my favorite song is "Love Lift Us Up Where We Belong," and I didn't know what movie that was from. Didn't care because it used to come on. That was when the Light FM commercial used to come on. They had the little heart baby flying in the air, and "Love Lift Us Up." That was a part of this. That was part of the Light FM commercial, and that little animation with the little thing. And I from that I always loved that song.
That's funny.
Yeah, I remember those Light FM. Yeah. I mean, I love the 5 Heartbeats, but sorry, God, the Joe Cocker song, because it's the moment in the entire film. And it's just so maybe not the song by itself, but the song mixed with the movie is just so damn iconic. It's like, man.
Yeah, as it's synonymous with the movie. Yeah. It's funny. I was this is the weirdest reason why I didn't pick the 5 Heartbeat. I mean I didn't like After Seven's version of it. I like the people that they used in the movie. You know what I mean? I like because I think the Dells did a lot of those.
The Dells did it
in the movie. Yeah, I like the Dells version. I mean, theirs. Because the
Dells, that was that classic sound.
Right, they were the voices of the 5 Heartbeats. You know? So that's why.
No, but I mean that was that the Dells was that. The Dells was that classic sound, but they were also the kind of the bridge between the 60s, 70s, and the 80s. They was like that. They were like that bridge.
Right. And he meaning Robert Townsend, did confirm to me that the Dells were inspiration also for the Five Heartbeats. He said, I'm not going to tell you how much of their story is, he said some of their story is tied to the film. Yeah. He said, I won't go into how much is, but some is. So I got that from the horse's mouth. Got that from Robert Townsend. He said it was very much inspired by the Dells. That's why they had to have the Dells do the music, do the voices. So very cool. Very cool. So it's a fictional film. He confirmed that it's a fictional story. Wouldn't even say loosely based on the Dells, but it's very, it's loosely inspired by the life of the Dells. Some of the things that went on in their actual life, physical.
Well, the one thing we do know, somebody was a crackhead.
Yeah, right. Maybe, possibly.
Maybe somebody was a drug addict. Somebody was an addict. It may not have been drugs, but it might have
just been alcohol.
Right.
Yeah, but somebody,
and that happened. I mean, hey, that was very common back then. All right, so the last battle for this particular round. Here we go.
I don't know why is this still going? I don't understand. Why? You know what? I don't. There's nothing to talk about. Lady Gaga. I mean, listen, Aretha Franklin is great, and I love her. But listen to the power between them two songs. Lady Gaga ripped her whole stomach out, her larynx. She pulled everything outside of her body when she did that song. And I was a light fan. Like, I enjoyed her music up until that point. But when she did that, I was like, whoa. Like, okay. Like, all of that. So at that point, when she did that, at that point, I was like, all of the BS that these backdoor people be talking about, that she ripped off some chicks, whatever. I'm like, listen, if she did, guess what? The better artist came out, because Lady Gaga can sing.
Lady Gaga, not only is she sing, she's super talented, man.
Super talented.
Very, very entertaining. She's a triple threat. She's a triple threat for sure. She can sing, she can dance, she plays instruments, and she can act. So I mean, she did really good in this role. Taking on a role, that's been done so many times. You know what I mean? And still being able to pull it off nicely.
Make it your own.
Make it your own and pull it off nicely. How many times was this movie done over? Like 3?
At least 3 times.
Yeah, this movie been done over a lot.
I mean, the person before
it was a weird choice.
No, I say the person before her. I mean, Barbra Streisand, it ain't exactly shabby,
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. And I'm just saying, like, that's some big shit. I always thought this was a unusual choice for Bradley Cooper to even step in and direct and act in. Like, I just thought it was unusual, being that it was done so many times. But they both really did their thing in that movie. And I say, I mean, we all know, "Giving Him Something He Can Feel" is a great film song. It's in the film. You know, my problem with it is, I'm gonna say this again, just like we said with the 5 Heartbeats. I'm more so, my recent memory is In Vogue's version of it.
Yeah,
that's my most recent memory of that song, the In Vogue version of it. You know what I'm saying? And I love In Vogue, but you know, so I get conflicted when stuff like this happens, because I start thinking about, well, what the In Vogue version is the one, but I didn't want to use that because that's not from the movie. You know what I mean? So it wouldn't have been right to use the In Vogue version because it's not from the movie. So,
but here's the thing, but and Aretha Franklin is, man, she's just I'm just starting now at, well, I won't say now, I will say 5 years ago, like right before she died, was when I started slowly starting to have an appreciation for her and for Etta James. Like I listened to them, but I never really listened to them. And like I'm slowly starting to get an appreciation for them. But, and God, let me move away from my window because lightning may come through it. But she is not the queen of R&B soul to me. I mean, well, I know a lot of people
she's not the, she's never portrayed queen. She's the queen of soul, period, not R&B soul.
And I know a lot of people put her, you know, on that pedestal, and don't get me wrong, she's an excellent singer, but compared to the likes of Phyllis Hyman and just so many others, like, and they're all great. You know, I can't, you know, it's hard to put one above the other.
Phyllis Hyman sung a little bit of a different.
She's later. She's later. You know, you gotta look at it when Aretha Franklin was out. What black female singers? You didn't have that many at that point in time when Aretha Franklin came out.
Oh yeah,
Maybe Gladys Knight.
No, and you had, but she still was considered. But they still tried to label her as rock and roll and as R&B, but she was really rock and roll. Tina Turner.
Man,
very true.
Yeah,
but Tina Turner was doing much more rock kind of music than.
No, that's what I'm saying. But the white establishment to keep her from being popular or from being quote unquote pop at that time, they kept trying to put the label of R&B blues, like they labeled her as a blues singer, and she wasn't.
Well, I on this one, I don't think that's me. I think that was Ike. I think that was Ike's way of
it was more Ike.
I think that was Ike.
Together, yeah, more Ike. You know, keep it. But yeah, I mean, back to I agree with Kev. I'm going with the Stars Born. I mean, that part of the movie, you know, was
that's what made you. That's what put your ass in the seat. It was like, whoa, wait a minute.
That part of the movie was so riveting. You know what I mean? Is that when she did that, I was just like, man.
I can't even imagine what it was like to be on set if she actually sung that out loud, like live on set. I would have lost it. I would have lost it.
They'd have threw me out of there. I'd have been like, God, they're just trying to run after her. They'd have been like, get this fool out of here. Security.
No, they wouldn't have kicked me out for that. They'd have been like, who is this sniffling, snobbering, crying ass over here? What is you doing, man? Get yourself together. What are you doing?
You're doing too much. You're not getting that.
You're Ralph that
You're
part.
not getting
You do it too much.
You're not getting screen credit. You're not even
You
getting
do it too
the
much.
screen credit.
Yeah,
Sit
exactly. You're not getting the screen. You're not getting no screen time. Cut. Yeah. So I mean, I'm moving on because of that. Go ahead, Ralph.
But me, I'm the same way that you. My problem with giving something to feel is which is a common occurrence sometimes when someone else remakes your song, you seem to forget about the original.
Yeah.
And that's
especially
definitely
if they did, even if they did
if
a serviceable
smashed.
job. They smash it, but you can argue who's done it better. But I mean, personally, I like In Vogue's version better.
Yeah,
I think they
'Cause
added a little more
better.
to it. Yeah,
It's a better version,
Plus,
and that's
it's more girls. It's for them.
yeah. But that's the image, and they redid it again because that you had that remake of Sparkle. But even
Right,
still, Jordan and Sparks, nah, bro. Give me Cindy and Terry and Maxine.
Terry. Oh, Terry.
Oh
Listen,
my God.
no. I'm not gonna let you. I'm not gonna let you throw. I'm not gonna let you throw Jordan Sparks under the bus like that.
No, it's
But
not
she-
that. But I mean,
but
still, I mean, she can't
ain't-
F.
it
She
ain't-
can't
it
F
ain't-
with In Vogue.
it-
None of
it's-
them.
Sure, she can.
It's not.
Yo,
it's
Jordan
not
Sparks can
Cindy
sing.
or
She can't
no,
sing, but she can't F with
No,
none of
she
them in
can't-
In Vogue.
What you,
She-
bro? You're bugging. You're bugging.
She
From
ain't messing with Cindy or Terry or Maxine.
Let me tell you something.
or
Y'all
Dawn.
listen. I am telling you, y'all need to do y'all homework on Jordan Sparks from her American Idol
need to
days
do
up
that.
until
That's all
that
good.
chick can sing.
These girls
No.
are professionals.
We are not sitting there saying that she can't sing. Singing, she can do.
No, she can sing.
Yes, she can, but she can't fuck with In Vogue. Sorry.
As a group, obviously, Ralph. Come on, man. That's
Well, the
like
whole
saying
the whole point is he was saying they remade, giving him something he could feel with Jordan Sparks singing, and her version is not as good as In Vogue's version. That's all I'm saying. That's all you can compare it to. At this point, we got to compare it one person to a group, but I'm just saying, you know,
And I'm
In
just-
Vogue,
I'm just
it's
gonna-
hard. It's unfair to judge. It's unfair, just like it's unfair to judge her against the group. It's unfair to judge them individually against her because they're not individual artists. They're a group, even though they got great voices. You know, I'm gonna say this.
I've
heard Terry. I think Terry. She can outsing a lot of people that's out there. Like her, she is.
Yeah.
She is a phenomenal singer.
Yeah,
she did have a solo album that flopped.
I wish I still got. I got it though. I got it.
But she's a great singer. You know.
Well, Kat, I wasn't saying that when I'm saying that she can't fuck with me. I mean, listen. Sometimes you got to be a dude, and I'm just saying, as a dude, you're not touching In Vogue. Not one of the girls in In Vogue. No, Cindy Heron. Oh my God.
Yeah. That much I will agree with.
Terry Ellis.
And look, but look how we're saying. We're saying their full name: Cindy Heron, Dawn Robinson. We're not just saying Cindy. Cindy Heron, Terry Ellis, Maxine Jones, and Dawn Robinson.
Terry.
Oh,
Ellis. That's why I
Lord.
keep going back to Terry Ellis. Terry Ellis.
Oh Lord.
Man, I tell you. I mean, obviously she's too old to play her a young version of her, but I mean her twin is freaking Holly Robinson. Holly Robinson is her twin. Like they hang out. They're actually friends too, and it's like I think they're actually best friends too. She would have been perfect to play her in a biopic. You know what I mean? Holly Robinson, but yeah. Okay, so with that being said,
I saw In Vogue and I met them a year ago. Because when Naughty was doing the mixtape tour, In Vogue was one of the acts. And I'm looking at Cindy here. I still owe Cindy Heron an apology. I just can't do it. But I to this day I still owe her an apology. Terry, looking at I said something really, really disgusting to her years ago when they first came out. And that's one reason why I don't be drinking when I'm in public. Because I did this one night. I didn't know when you go backstage they give you unlimited liquor. I did not know that. And then Cindy came in there in that black dress, and I said, "Oh my God!"
Lord.
I said, "I just like to F you right now." And she was like, "What?"
Oh man, bro,
I did.
Come on,
I did.
bro. Oh,
I did.
no.
Listen,
And I said
you know what?
I said it twice.
Hey,
You know what, Ralph? And you doubled down. And you know what? That's what you're
sir.
supposed to do. If you're gonna shoot
That's
your
that-
shot,
that's that
shoot it.
truth serum. That was
Yeah,
that. Serum
that was
talking,
that Henny. That was that Henny. Henny is the true serum.
AKA the
Yeah.
truth serum. Ralph was
Back-
like, "Look,
Yeah.
it is what it is. I'm back here
at
now."
at the juice premiere party. Yes, I did. I said I just like to F
Yeah.
you right now.
Oh, she was so fine in that too. Yo, that
Oh my
she was so
God.
fine in Juice, man. I was like, man, I love it. All right, so anyway, let's go. With that being said, we're down to our Elite Eight. Let's go like we did last week. We'll just breeze through these and get our final four. So we go back to the top with Don't You Forget About Me versus Ghostbusters. We've already heard it. Everyone's already heard the songs, reminders, and we go. So I don't know. They're both very significant to the movies. I'm still gonna go with Simple Minds on that one. That's just me.
Wait, what is it?
It's Don't You Forget About Me, Simple Minds, our X theme song that we had to stop because YouTube was hating on us. That used to be our go out song.
No, versus what?
Haters.
Ghostbusters. You know.
Oh, Don't You Forget About Me.
Man.
Well, it seems I'm actually going to roll Ghostbusters because it's man, it's hard. It's hard because it's now it's kind of like a staple with Halloween, the Ghostbusters song.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. And we hear that a lot. That and Thriller has been the staple songs of Halloween now.
Yeah.
Like you hear Ghostbusters. Like if you go there's a neighborhood around in your neighborhood. I had to say that,
Yeah.
but anyway, there's a neighborhood in Florida that we used to take my daughter trick or treating, and the people are playing. What makes Florida so great when it comes to Halloween is because it's still good weather. So like the people are in there, they got their people in the neighborhood got their garage doors open and they're playing music, and you usually hear them playing like spooky music or Ghostbusters or Thriller. Like that's all you hear. Like from people playing like quote unquote Halloween music. It's a big staple. I don't know. I went with Simple Minds. I just think it's, I don't know. As soon as it comes on, it just reminds you. But so does Ghostbusters.
I got sick of hearing that song. I got sick of hearing that song as a kid.
True.
And I'm
Yeah, I
sick of
can hear-
hearing it now. So Simple Minds.
I can understand that. I can understand that. Okay. Flashdance, What a Feeling versus Up Where We Belong.
Oh no.
Oh. TikTok.
I'm still taking Joe Cocker because, like I said, when I hear it, it makes me think of the ending, and almost every girl that I ever remember seeing that sing is like, "You go get, she got her man, he came back in the uniform." And then that's what you see. The girl say, "I love a guy in a uniform."
Oh Lord, I'm gonna go with Flashdance, What a Feeling, because that is also the climax of the film. You feel so good for her when she goes in there and, starts off. She messes up at first. They let her start over and then she kills it. I mean, it's like, it's just one of those moments where you just, those feel good moments where you walk out. Another Another feel good moment for women. They like that stuff. Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
J
go
Lo
with what
tried
a
to
feel
parody
if
it.
I
I mean, she did.
No,
a
she
good
did.
job
Don't
of
say
parodying the video.
try. Don't say try.
She
She
did a damn
did.
good. She did a good job. She did a
Yeah.
good ass job
Yeah,
of doing
she
the video.
did. She didn't
It might
try.
not have been the
She
right
did.
song. It might not have been the right song for her to do it to, but
Yeah,
just video
but she
wise,
did it. But the video wise, she did all of the different parts of the movie
yeah,
and killed it all. The
and
dancing
did it
in the,
herself.
in the
It wasn't
thing.
a stunt dancer. It was
No
that was
stunt
just
doubles.
movement.
It was her. It was her doing it. So yeah, that was cool. Yeah, the song was but you know, J-Lo, a lot of her songs but that's a whole nother story. All right, we have Blaze of Glory versus Purple Rain.
Purple Rain.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Purple Rain.
Purple Rain for the sweep. And then we have our last battle of the evening, which is The Power of Love versus Shallows. Lady Gaga.
It's not even fair. Not even
Shallows.
Not even fair, man.
This
This is
is
a
a tough
real
one.
tough one.
This is a tough one. This is a tough one. This is a tough one.
Because I want to feel like I want Power of Love because it's just iconic. Shallows, as much as I like Shallows, if I'm going to say okay, because now I got to look at the whole thing with Lady Gaga. Is that even my favorite Lady Gaga song? And it's not. It's certainly the top 5 of hers, but it is not my favorite one. My favorite Gaga song is Bad Romance. That's
Yeah, I was just thinking that in my head. Yeah.
That is my favorite. When I first heard it, I was like, yo, I love that song, Bad Romance. And then Poker Face. Because I like the beat to it.
It's got an Oscar though.
It is an Oscar.
Shallow got an Oscar. It's got a Golden Globe.
Yeah.
Best song, best original song.
Yeah, but the one thing Power of Love got, it's got longevity.
It does.
Almost.
We don't know. We don't know about Shallow yet. It's still kind of a
In what universe is Shallow not going to have longevity? The Power of Love is going to start to fade away soon. Once we, I give the power. I give the Power of Love one more generation. I give it to probably. I give it to after my daughter dies. Maybe it might live past that.
I tell you when the Power of Love stops becoming when cable and TV stop playing Back to the Future. When they stop playing Back to the Future, then it will pass. Until that time, and that ain't happening no time soon. But then again, with Shallows, right? I'm put it like this: she dropped that song Shallows, right? But if Lady Gaga comes out and she drops another album and it's super phenomenal, do they still play Shallows, or do they just keep playing the stuff off her latest album?
Listen, Shallows will always that song will always be significant because that movie is always going to be significant. And guess what?
No, it's not.
Yes, it will. And here's why. Because it's already been done 3 or 4 times. It's already been done 3 or 4 times, which means what? It's going to be done again with the next big pop artist somewhere down in the next 2 to 3 decades.
Or if it's done again, they're not going to remember.
Shallows is not going to be in that. It's not
going
to be in that
but it
remake.
will be because what happens with nostalgia? Because people will go back and be like, "Oh, remember when Lady Gaga did it? Or remember when Barbra Streisand did it?" And then the comparisons will come up, and then Shallows will be right back in the running again, and back in.
I disagree with that one. I
don't know. I just don't know where it's gonna be. We won't know until it happens. I have to go with the fact that it's been 40 years and the Power of Love is the only reason why people even say the name Huey Lewis in the news. It's like,
hey, hold it.
and
Whoa,
so
wait,
many there's so many different yes it is.
wait a minute.
Yes,
Wait a minute.
other than him getting clowned by messing up on We Are the World.
Hey,
People
wait,
don't really
hold
talk about
hold up a second. Hold up. I like Huey Lewis in the News. I
I didn't say I didn't like him,
You know?
but I'm just saying, I mean, Huey Lewis in the News, it's the power of love and its connection to Back to the Future is why he's even ever mentioned ever. And remember, there's so many different. There's a whole cover band called the Flux Capacitors that go around and sing songs. They travel around like there's a whole cult culture of Back to the Future, right? And the music of it all too. There's cover bands that go around and sing these songs all around the country. You know what I mean? Because it's just that the culture of it all. So I mean, it stood the test of time already.
Yeah, but the one thing about Huey Lewis is not just that song in Back to the Future. That part I disagree with. Huey Lewis was a big part of the 80s.
Yeah,
a big part of 80s culture.
But out of 100 people, if you ask them to name a Huey Lewis song, how many people you think out of that 100 is going to say The Power of Love?
Hold on. But see, those are two different questions. The question is, how many of the 100 people can only name The Power of Love as the only Huey Lewis song, or can you say, can you give me a Huey Lewis song? That's a different thing, because if you say give me one, they'll come to The Power of Love. But if you say, well, can you name another Huey Lewis song? That's a different question. Can you say I want a new drug?
What I'm saying is, if I said Huey Lewis in the News, ever heard of him? Yeah, give me a song by him. Oh, Power of Love.
Well, I can say, but wait, but you could say that for any
so
artist.
If you go to Lady Gaga, right, and you said y'all yourselves just said Bad Romance. If you say, hey, Lady Gaga, you know her? Yeah. Remember her in that movie? Yeah, or even if you don't say it, give me one of your favorite songs by Lady Gaga. Give me a song by Lady Gaga.
But here's the problem with that. But here's the problem with that. Huey Lewis in the News was and like I said, they were very big for the 80s, but they also
I had their album.
But they also were very genre specific. So like a lot of black people wasn't really listening to a lot of Huey Lewis, and a lot of us only knew about Huey Lewis in the News because of the videos.
Yeah.
And a lot of people only heard because of that.
I got hit. No, I got hit to Huey Lewis. This is where MTV come in. I got hit to Lewis from
MTV.
Oh goddamn! Not Hit to Be Square.
I got it from MTV. Want a new drug?
No. The first one that he did.
You can't even think of the other songs because the only thing that's in your mind is the Power of Love.
No. The very first one. The Heart of Rock and Roll. The Heart of Rock and Roll.
The Heart of Rock and Roll.
The Heart of Rock and Roll.
Yeah,
That's how I got hit.
That album, Huey Lewis in the News. That album that they put out, I think it was called Sports. I think that was the name of the album.
Yeah, that's what
that was a banger. That album.
If This Is It.
Yeah, Hip to Be Square on there. Had If This Is It. They had
Doing It All for My Baby.
Want a New Drug. Yeah, Want a New Drug. All of this. It had a lot of joints on there. That was pretty much their definitely their biggest record, and I knew them from MTV. But when they did The Power of Love, I mean that song, that's the one song by Huey Lewis in the News that you can guarantee to hear somewhere if you scroll through the radio.
Agreed.
Even if it's Sirius satellite, right? Even if it's Sirius radio, something like that, you're going to hear that song somewhere down on the dial. That song has become. It doesn't define them as a group, but it has become their defining song for that group. That's all I'm saying.
Agree. But like I said, you could say that for a bunch
years.
But I said was you could say that for a bunch of people. Same thing like we had Whitney Houston in here, right? People sit there say, "Well, tell me Whitney Houston song." More people would sit there and say, "I Will Always Love You," over
Maybe.
everything else that she's nah, I say yeah.
I don't know
I
about
do.
that.
I do.
I definitely. Well, I could say from experience, I wouldn't say that. That wouldn't be the first thing I'd come up with. How would I know? I want to dance with somebody. How many hits she had?
I will always love you.
defined
I
her
will.
as a
Al-
person?
I'm going to sit
As a-
there and
as
say
a-
right now,
No.
if you did the same thing, if you asked
Ralph
100
is right.
people, most of the people will sit there and say, "I will always love you," and you can sit there and say the same thing for you got here on your list, right?
Ralph, hold on. I
R.
just want to
Kelly.
pause for 1 second. I will always love you, and her the national anthem song that she sang.
Yep. Those would be the two things that people would sit there and say.
That's a moment. That's a moment, not a song. I mean, it's a song, but it's not her song. It's a moment, right? When she sings the song.
That's true, but she is the only person in the entire history of people doing the national anthem, right? That they actually put that out as a commercial single. She's the only person. I mean, Marvin Gaye did it better. He did it. He made it his own. He did it better.
It smoother. He did it smoother.
Real smooth.
I think it was smooth with it, boy.
He did
Marvin
real
Gaye is
smooth.
that dude, boy.
But
He's
they
that
didn't
dude.
take that. They didn't. They
didn't
took
take that
Whitney
and make it.
Houston's
Yeah, I know.
and made it a commercial single.
Yeah.
You know, but like I said, I think you could say that for a lot of people. My thing with the Shallows against Power of Love is what I say is that Power of Love 40 plus years this song has been around. Huey Lewis doesn't even make music anymore because he's partly deaf. He doesn't even make music. But but whenever he comes, he was just on The View not that long ago because he's in the We Are the World documentary. And when he came out, they're playing the Power of Love. They're not playing We Are the World.
And they was come there to talk about the We Are the World documentary. He was there to talk about We Are the World, and they played.
But he's walking out to the Power of Love. No. Though actually, I take it back. Those are the two things that I think will stop the Power of Love popularity. When they stop playing Back to the Future, or when Huey Lewis passed away. But then when he passes away,
I think
everybody's
they'll
gonna be playing
play it
Power of
even
Love.
more. They'll play it even more when he passes away. Yeah, I mean, it's just really that song. It's already stood the test of time, 40 years, and I think it will continue as long as, like you said, as long as people. And now you got the new generation that's doing reaction videos, and they're watching
Discovery videos. I'm just saying Back to the Future now. It came out 45 years ago.
Yeah, that's what there's a whole trend of reaction videos where young people are reacting and watching old movies. You know, so the first time, Gen Z, first time watching Back to the Future trilogy. And they sit there and watch it. And so they're being reintroduced. Allow me to reintroduce myself. They're being reintroduced to Huey Lewis.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Hugh. Hugh.
Yeah, my name is Hugh. Yeah, exactly. H to the U-E. Why? So, all right, so that wraps up our final four for this round 2. Is Simple Minds, Don't You Forget About Me, Purple Rain, Flashdance, What a Feeling, and The Power of Love. They will all move on to fight again someday down the line. And so next week.
Wait, I thought Lady Gaga won. You doing?
Nah, she didn't win.
You sick?
No, I had to go with The Power of Love, man. It's just the longevity of it all. I had to go with it. That's his shining moment, man. Gaga have more moments. It's always shining moment. No, I'm joking. But no, just for me, it just ticks all of the boxes, and it just really.
Well, Lady Gaga, I just want you to know, I voted for you. I don't know what these other two black people was talking about, but
I love it.
But the Nubian Hebrew Black Israelite in me loves you. I just want that to be known.
That's right. Why I got my security alerted in case you had a show. Just in case you had a show to kick you out. You got to go. Security's on high alert for Kev.
And we have a disgruntled employee down here, Joseph Tanner. He wanted Ghostbusters to move on. He said, "Phooey, effing phooey."
Sorry, Joseph, but you didn't live at in 113A with me growing up, and how many times that record got played over and over. And the instrumental, the regular one, and then they be out there drunk, and they just be on the.
Speaking of
hey, boy, come out here and play, Kevin. Keith, come out here and play this record. Oh my God! Enough already. No.
But you know what's funny? Rest in peace to my mom. My mother said the same thing, Kev. She hated that song because it was played so many times. She was like, "Oh no!" And then when she saw the video, she was like, "Oh no!"
Yeah, like how people feel about "Turn Around, Bright Eyes." That's how I feel about Ghostbusters.
Wow,
like,
those are real.
Yeah,
that's like Marshall Warfield said. I love "We Are the World" the first 100 times I heard it. You know?
Yeah. Who said that?
Marshall Warfield. He's like, I heard, I love "We Are the World" the first million times I heard it.
Yeah, they played that.
Then the million and one is when it's like, okay, if y'all play
like,
this
all right, now we get it. The kids is hungry, they starving. Let's feed them. Let's move on.
Give them a burger. Let's go.
Yeah.
Call Al Jarreau up. Call Al Jarreau.
Call Al Jarreau so he can go.
Scooby Doo Doo, bring him a McDonald's burger.
Scooby Doo Bop Bop. I will give me McDLT. Tasting golden fries. So, yeah, that was played a lot, boy. That was played a lot. Or you ever see the and we're about to end the show now. You ever see the Sam Kinison joke when he's talking about the kids and famine and all that other stuff, and he's like, why don't we just bring them where the food is? And he's like screaming, he's like, you're in a desert. Come here. You nothing grows here. Yeah. He's like, you see this? That's sand, right? You know what it's gonna be 100 years from now? It's gonna be sand. You live in a desert. Bring them where the food is.
Yo, that dude, he was hilarious, man.
He was hilarious. You know it's gonna be 100 years from now? It's gonna be sand. I was like, yo, this dude. That was funny.
That's making me wonder if that's where the term food desert came from.
He was funny.
He said, yo, instead of sending all this money over to them, let's send some U-Hauls. He's like, let's bring them over here where the food is. Let's not he just sent some U-Hauls and some helicopters. I said, yo, this dude is wild. But he was funny. The way he was the only one really had that style, that screaming style.
Expressive comedy. Yeah. That's what I like to call it.
I used to scream. I love that scene he did.
He called it family humor. He called it family. He walked there and said, I'm about to do family humor. And then he give you every curse word known to man. Family entertainment.
Yeah. Just like in the Rodney Dangerfield movie. And school, what was it? Back to School.
Back to School. Oh my God, oh my.
He went off on that girl. Yo, he went in. He's like, he was getting tight. He started gritting his teeth. Is she right? She said some old crazy answer. He was like, "Is she right?" He started gritting his teeth.
Is she right?
He said,
I can't even remember what he said. All I remember him saying was rice patties and something. Face down in rice patties, something.
Because the blood,
then
my bitches
screaming on him. And then remember at the end when he was like, "Hey guys," He's under a lot of pressure. Give him some time. Then he's like, say it. Oh man, that's funny.
Man,
Anyway,
I
we're
love
having
Sam
fun.
Kinison, man. Him and Dice, man, in the late 80s.
Yeah.
Those
They
were
was
the
crazy.
dudes.
They would
man.
be so canceled right now if Dice Clay
Yeah.
stepped foot on the stage. Are you serious? These
Yo,
butthurt people's head
yo,
would explode.
between the F word and I ain't talking about FUCK either. I'm talking about the other F word.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man.
Dice with his
Between
nursery
that,
rhymes.
As soon as he started doing the nursery rhyme joints,
Hickory dickory dock.
yeah. Oh man. Oh. He used to just
Hickory
go
Dock,
wild
I
with
fell
it.
on my oh.
Yeah. He said, Jagged Jill went up the hill, both with $1.25. Jill came down with $2.50. That
I ain't seen no water.
He said Jill came down with $2.50. That effing.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, that nigga.
Little
It's
boy
hilarious,
Blue.
man.
Get the money.
Yeah, little boy Blue, he needed the money. Yo, I'm telling you, he would be so canceled right now, bro. I know Dice Clay probably like, and that's to say, I'm gonna say this before I end the show. Eddie Murphy has been asked so many times, when you gonna do stand-up? When you gonna do stand-up? I'm here to tell y'all now. Eddie Murphy
can't
is
do it
never
today.
doing another stand-up comedy. What he might do is what he's been talking about. He'd like to do something of a variety show, something like a one night, like a special where he actually does a variety of things, skits, there's music and this, and he'll do stand up. But he's not gonna do a dedicated stand up special. He's not gonna do that no more because it's just too risky. You know what I'm saying? What are you gonna come out of retirement for? To do that just so people can freaking get butthurt and want to cancel you?
Yeah, because that's exactly you know what? But you know what? But here's the thing though. Black people will not allow that to happen. But
not for Eddie Murphy. Not for Eddie
not for
Murphy.
Eddie Murphy. We're
I
not
agree.
gonna allow that to
I
happen.
agree 1000%.
We're not gonna allow that to happen. But that is the probably the huge consideration of, do I do this? And then my career is defined to that one moment in comedy versus
he won't do that. Because think about it, Eddie Murphy's a very self-conscious guy. Because you know why? I saw in the interview, didn't even realize this. He literally forced himself to lose his laugh, that signature laugh of his.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He don't laugh. He doesn't laugh like that no more. And he said it's a very unnatural thing. He was like, but I really kind of felt, a lot of people, whenever they tried to impersonate me, that's all they did was the laugh. Like no one else ever really, other than Jay Farrow, of course, but no one else really. And that's true. No, not too many people ever nailed, an impersonation of Eddie Murphy, except, I mean, of course, Jay Farrow has him down pat, but
Jimmy Fox got him pretty good. Jimmy Fox got him pretty good.
A little close. Yeah, but I mean, once again, everyone, he just kind of felt like he was defined by the laugh. So he was so self-conscious of that.
He lost
the years, he trained himself to lose the laugh.
Now that makes you beg to differ. Like if you always laugh like, we gonna make fun of how you laugh. Now what do? Change it to I mean, like like how he doesn't even laugh anymore. If you notice,
he doesn't hardly laugh. He hardly
That's
laughs.
True. He doesn't.
He doesn't hardly laugh anymore because he doesn't want to let that. And now I notice when he laughs, he just lets out like a kind of like
that's what he changed it to. That's exactly what he changed it to.
He switched it to like the Nutty Professor.
And the
he
crump.
went from
that's
exactly the Nutty Professor. Like that type of deal. Like he lets that out.
Wait,
but
that was the laugh. That was the laugh from the dude from whose laugh that was first though? That was the dude's laugh from Coming to America in the barbershop.
Yeah,
with the gold too.
Yeah. So that's kind of like
Oh
how he
yeah.
did that, but he got rid of that laugh, man. He's very self-conscious. So Eddie Murphy, he won't admit it probably, but he will never do another dedicated stand-up. He just lets people keep saying, he just keep dancing around it and saying, yeah, maybe. But now he's starting to say, I don't know if I want to do a stand-up comedy, a special. I think I'd like to do something of a variety special.
Listen,
you know, where I can
they-
showcase all my talents. You know, I could do some acting, some skits, maybe do some poetry or do some theater, you know, like stage play type stuff, do some skits, do some singing, and do some stand-up. He said that would be part of it, but it wouldn't be the highlight of everything.
But you know what? And here's the reason why. The other reason why I know he won't. If he, I think he will do it, but it just won't be now. Maybe within the next 5 to 6 years. If he don't do it within the next 5 or 6 years, it won't be done. But he said this. He had said this in one interview. He has said the reason, and I think it was with the what's his face driving with cars. Him and
him and Jerry
von Seinfeld. And he had said to Jerry, he was like, listen, I'm older now. I've had, family, kids,
90 kids.
I've been divorced, remarried. He's like, I basically, and I'm paraphrasing, but he's like, basically, I've lived some stuff and I've did some stuff. So now my comedy is going to be a lot different now.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot different.
I'm going to tell you,
he's got material.
And let me tell you something. America ain't ready for because they think Dave Chappelle is on one. Let
Eddie Murphy get loose. Let Eddie Murphy get loose. Oh my God.
They're not ready. They're not ready for. And I think secretly, Eddie Murphy is going to start. If you start hearing rumblings of Eddie Murphy popping up at comedy clubs here and there and doing small sets here and there, that's when you know something's coming. That's where you need to prepare yourself to have your $400 ready to get your ticket.
A lot of time, Eddie has been.
I'd pay it too. I'd pay it.
Material out here and there, and that's another thing he always says too. He'll never do any stand up until he go work out and hit the clubs.
Yeah, exactly.
Either you see him in the clubs trying out material, then he's preparing for a stand up. But I think he's going to do a variety thing because that's something that a lot of the comedians aren't doing. They're doing these big stand up specials, but he's doing something of a variety show. I could see him having a couple of comedians on with him on the show. I could see him doing, because Eddie's always putting on comedians. He's always done that. I could see him doing that, maybe singing. Yeah, I could see him doing that. So we'll see. But next week we will get back into this round 3 and come back and let's do it again, as Sidney Poitier and them said. Let's do it again. All right, y'all. We'll catch y'all next week. Peace out, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Big up to the chat room. Big up to everyone came through. Prime, what up? Thank you for Joseph coming through. Everybody that came through over on Instagram for the 2 seconds y'all was on before they cut us off.
And Prime, guess what, man? Check it out though. Who be that thug rude boy killer murderer? Not I be Kalo the Scorpio, I the sorcerer.
There you go. Now he got it. All right, y'all. Peace out.